26 days. It's been 26 days, and yet no articles has come out, not in my country, not in any country. Do they really think they can hide it forever? Sorry, I'm getting ahead of myself. It's been almost a month since the plague reached my country. I'm currently sitting in my kitchen eating a poisoned sandwich. There is a quicker, slightly more painful way to go, but I don't think I want to become one of them. I don't think anyone wants to become one of them. See, you may think this is just some sort of horror story, just trying to be realistic. You'd be wrong. This is a warning. I'm posting this on here because this is the only app that works, and this is the only place where I know people will be bothered to read the whole story. Anyway, let's get on to why I'm here. I better do this quick. I already feel my chest hurting, and it's getting hard to breathe. Have you ever watched World War Z or any zombie movie? Yep, that's what's happening. The things are exactly like the ones in World War Z. I don't feel comfortable calling them zombies though. They're way too horrifying to be called that. It all started 30 days ago and has been really bad for 26. I still remember the first day I realized the horrible truth. I was in school when out of the corner of my eye, I saw 7 military trucks race down the country road. I'm from Ireland. We have a very small and weak military, and it only once in a blue moon when you see anything to do with them. Even rarer when you see 7 or so going down the road at top speed. I tried to rationalize it, but 5 minutes later, I saw what had to be at least 20 police cars and what looked to be a whole army of military trucks. That's when I knew something bad happened. I'm from a town with about 90,000 people. Big enough, but not big enough to expect a terrorist attack. That would most likely happen in the capital, Dublin. Well, that's what I first assumed it was. Boy, was I wrong. There was nothing about it on the news. That was when I knew for sure that something bad was going down. If the government as weak as my own had to hide what was happening, then it must have been bad. So I decided to stock up on food and other supplies such as weapons. I spent hours getting wooden planks and homemade weapons just in case there was something like a country-ending scenario that was about to play out. The only people I could rely on was the military and police to hopefully put down whatever was so dangerous that it required so many people. Then it all happened. 27 days ago, an ambulance came swiftly down the center of the town, sirens blaring, followed by 2 military trucks. I lived on the top floor of my apartment complex, so I didn't get to see if the people driving behind the ambulance were frantic, like if something really bad happened, or if it was only a minor accident, and they were following just to make sure their friend would be safe. But I did get to see that the ambulance was heading to the public hospital. Not any military hospital or barracks, the public hospital, with all the other sick people. 26 days ago. It was getting late, and I was getting ready to go to bed. That was until I heard screaming coming from outside. Thinking it was someone getting mugged, I immediately ran to my window to see what exactly was going on, as did most people in my complex. What I saw will forever haunt me. I saw what looked to be a young lady running from the hospital. That's when I fully understood what was happening. I didn't dare to go out to help her. Not even when she was tackled to the ground by the patient. By the time people from all over were running to save the poor lady, they pushed the man away from her, although not before he took a large bite out of her neck. Then I saw a horde of things come running from the street. That's when I started to board up my windows. I didn't stop. Not when I heard screaming, nor when I heard gunshots. Then we get to my mistake, the last mistake I'll ever make. As I boarded up the last window, I decided to take one last look at the outside world. I peeked through the wooden plank, only to see a man getting eaten alive by many of the things. That was my mistake. Looking for too long, because as the thing finished up with the man, it looked up at my window, presumably noticed that my window were boarded whilst no one else were. Then it saw me. We locked eyes. It pointed at me and screamed. This made every one of those things in the area run into my complex. The little bastards were sentient. I pushed my sofa up to my door and listened. I listened as the screams from the people in the complex got closer and closer. Then my phone dinged. It was a message from an unknown number. I opened it. It was the President of Ireland.
Hello to residents. You have been surrounded by what you would call zombies. This isn't the first town to suffer this fate. Most of Africa and India have been swarmed by them. It's been like that for years. Why else do you think so many refugees are fleeing to us? We are isolated, the internet in your area, so this video doesn't make it out. To avoid international panic of the public, this is necessary. Do not try to flee. You will be shot. We wish you luck. No further text shall be sent. No further questions shall be answered.
Right then, the zombies started banging on my door. They broke in. I tried to hide, but they were too fast. So I ran into my kitchen and locked the door. My kitchen door has glass windows. The things have been staring at me for 26 days now, smiling as they do. They know they can break it, yet they prefer to stay and stare. They want me to open the door for them. They want me to give in. The only thing they do besides stare is rip out the deformities that grow on them. Kinda poetic, don't you think? Death ripping out what little life grows. I managed to hook up my phone to a VPN and have connected it to the rest of the world. If you are reading this, stock up on supplies. Zombies do exist, and your government is hiding it. The zombies are still smiling at me. I'll have the last laugh though. The poison is really kicking in. Goodbye.